I consider myself part of the TYT network, right? I'm still a subscriber because I care about the people on that show. I definitely won't. I think I'm all down for starting a petition to force Jenkins and Anna to walk away. Give JR the rim. Give.
Man, no, man. I don't know. That's not my position to say yes or no. But once again, this is how you divide your own house, by not being transparent and not taking people along your journey, your ideas, and what you're gonna do. All right, so when it comes to Cenk and his situation, and someone asked me this question actually in my Discord a few days ago, like, now that I see, like, people like Obama or Nelly and Snoop and all these people kind of like embracing Trump now, like, either if it's for financial purposes or just, politically, like, does that kind of give Cenk a little bit of leeway? Like, does that like not make him like the sore thumb sticking out? And my answer would be no. Like, I still hold Cenk to a higher standard. And once again, until I see a lot more, I don't think he's grifting. I think he's just moving strategically in a naive way. Like, I think he's just a hopeful, a person who just wants to do something big and loud because we got our butts handed to us last year. I think that's where he's at. But my biggest question, or I guess concern, when it comes to TYT as an organization, as a news media outlet, it feels like he didn't tell everybody else. Like, he just like woke up one morning, or maybe he was formulating this plan for quite some time, and then just like, surprise, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm going on Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to try to embrace who I can. And that's like a quarterback going out on the field, third quarter, and just, you're in the huddle, you call one play, but then when you're on the line, in your head, you're doing a whole different play. And you're not advising your running back, your receivers, your offensive line, like, hey, I'm changing the play, I'm calling an audible, something. Have a team meeting with everybody and get people on board. Because if your own team, if your own house isn't with you, maybe that's a good indicator that your subscribers, your listeners, your base is not going to be on the same page with you. And that was my concern, is like, did he talk this over with the people? Like it just feels like he didn't do that. So let's go ahead and watch Miss Francesca and Mondale speak on this, and it gives me the vibes of Cenk didn't run this by nobody, and he's just doing what he wants to do, which is, it's cool. But if you're operating in a team, in a family type political space, it's important to let people know what you're doing, or you're gonna have conversations like this.
Limited interactions with her, but more with Cenk, a person who sat beside me and called me brother and said that, oh, I believe that you should run for president, right? For me to hear that from you, and then you normalize the people who are threatening my life, it's more than unsettling. It's off-putting, and it's also the danger that you would risk the other 75 or 76 people that work at TYT's lived experience or life, work. People like JR have been at TYT since the beginning, so it belongs to him as well. Cenk has in the lower third of the screen all the time. It says, "You're my boss," talking about the people who subscribe, the listeners. If he believed that, he would walk away right now, because he is not the TYT that we subscribe to. Maybe. He's not the TYT that we need in this moment. There's nothing. The young Turk has become the old turncoat, and he has to accept that and step away if he truly cares about the other shows on that network, so as to not sink that ship. Because right now,
man, that is a big ask, or a big statement. He needs to step down. I don't know. I don't know if that's needed. Once again, I watch TYT on occasion. I'm not like, a member and been, you watch every single video every day. Like, I'm more Dr. Richie, you know what I'm saying? But, and, I'm definitely not a part of their, their tight-knit family. So it's like, is that's what's needed? Is for him to step down? Oh, man.
Wait, and I don't think people are being honest about the danger of normalizing sitting, talking about having drinks and beer with people like the folk on the right. The
Charlie
idea
Kirk,
that,
Tim
oh my
Pool.
God, yeah. I mean, and I mean the idea that Anna had all the smoke for Karen Bass and didn't once in her rants on Twitter mention anything about climate change. She didn't, not once did she mention anything about the 800, that LA is not a city, it's a county. It is a city, but it's also a county, and these fires are not just in the city. The lack of nuance that exists in them because of, some people are calling it a grift. I don't know what it is. It's, if they're trying to keep up with the algorithm, it's scary to me that we are playing this game with people's lives, and that is not hyperbole.
And he brings up a good point, and I kind of hinted at this in one of my videos or one of my posts. Is like, it is a fine line when you're trying to play along with the algorithms, especially YouTube. Like, you almost have to play in to get views or get your videos out there. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people put a lot of work into their content, and YouTube doesn't care about how much work you put in. They just care about the title, the thumbnail. Is it capturing people's attention? And you have to be real careful with that. Even myself, you have to be real careful with that. So, as he alluded to, like, is it grifting or is it just trying to placate up to the algorithms? And I don't really think it's that, because you don't go on Charlie Kirk's event and just like dang near just give in every aspect of it. Like it's a little deeper than that. So it's like, it feels like he didn't speak to them not one bit about his plan, and now they're having conversations of him possibly stepping down, which, hey, that may not never happen, but I'm just saying that's pretty interesting.
It is enraging, to say the least.
It's dastardly, and I also think, how do we have credibility as people that are part of the, I consider myself part of the TYT network, right? I'm still a subscriber because I care about the people on that show. I definitely won't. I think I'm all down for starting a petition to force Cenk and Anna to walk away. Get JR the rim. Give.
Man, no, man. I don't know. That's not my position to say yes or no. But once again, this is how you divide your own house, by not being transparent and not taking people along your journey, your ideas, and what you're gonna do. Like, this is how you don't operate in a political atmosphere. Like especially when it comes to politics, like, that's people's like credibility. Just like you said, like, once you kind of tarnish that, there's really no coming back. So people who see Cenk and Anna like, oh, TYT is now MAGA, or now they're grifting or they're pandering, and they're taking the whole ship down with them. And once again, like, I kind of know, Dr. Richie and just like Mondale himself, like, those are separate individuals with their separate, ideas and opinions. But some people are like, you know what? I'm done with TYT as a whole. And that affects the whole ship. That affects everybody. So that is, it's sad to see, but like, I think it's crazy. Cenk was so worried about reaching across the aisle or trying to convince, like MAGA people, that he didn't convince his own people. And that's where you missed the ball right there.
give you the rim. I don't care. I think we should get serious about pushing them away because I don't like seeding footprints. And I think TYT's footprint in the progressive space is too big just to walk away from the institution. I do think the person driving the ship is about to run us into an iceberg at fast pace. So I think, like, how can we criticize Elon Musk for his misuse of his Twitter platform or his media platform if we don't do the same to them too? How are we taken serious when we criticize Bezos and his media platform and them unwilling to do something they've always done when the editorial board was not allowed to publish their endorsement?
That's right.
When we won't criticize home. So I think that this for me was a no-brainer. Plus, I remember I grew up with my mom telling me stories about being sprayed with the water hole in the town where I am mayor right now, because she was in this wrong spot at the wrong time and she was Black. My mom telling me when I don't fight for everybody's issues, then I'm actually picking who I will leave behind.
Hey, that's nothing but bars right there. That's nothing but bars right there. And once again, you know, I don't watch TYT every single day like some people for years and years and years. I get it. They might have a bigger emotional financial involvement with them. So, you know, if they say he's a grifter or whatever the case is, hey, that's your opinion. That's how you feel. But I'm looking at some point, Cenk has to acknowledge what is being said. Like this is his own people here. And I need to hear what he's going to say. And that to me is going to be more of a defining moment. Like, does he really care about his home base? Because if you don't have that home base, you don't have nothing. And you know, these people have been rocking with you from what I've been hearing, decades. And for them to be talking like this, Cenk, you done struck a nerve. You know, so at some point, Cenk is going to have to answer to that. But once again, guys, if you agree or disagree with anything I said in this video, let me know in the comments down below or hit that Discord button so me and you can have that one-on-one talk. And like always, let's have that conversation.